back in our dining table family, if I go to the Family Types dialog box, you'll notice that there is a formula column with cells that allow you to input a value. Formula allow you to drive and control parametric content in a model, and within the family editor, this can be used to automate parameter values including dimensions, yes/no parameters, and even text parameters, thus enabling your families to be much more powerful in terms of their functionality and also prevent any errors. In the following videos, we'll go into more detail exploring the various syntax that can be used in Formula. The first thing that I will explain is how to fix a value. So this is one of the simplest uses of the formula. So let's say the extension width is always going to be 450 millimeters. In the formula column, I can simply type 450 millimeters into the formula column. This then grays out the value and the parameter name. If I now select OK and load this back into my project and overwrite, if I now select the dining table and select Edit Type, I now cannot change the value for this parameter. So using the formula column to fix parameter values that you know won't change is a useful tool to fix the values. This can also be done using text parameters, such as some of these inbuilt ones. However, this requires the text to be enclosed by speech marks or inverted commas. For example, I will select inverted commas and then I can type in rectangular dining table, and I must make sure I close the string using inverted commas. Again, I can see it's now fixed, and when I load it into the project, I can see, if I select Edit Type, that the description value is locked and I cannot change it. Now let's look at some basic syntax. If I go to the Family Types, I might, for example, want the depth to always be related to the width of the table. For example, I always want the depth to be half the size of the width. Therefore, in the formula cell for the depth, I can type in another parameter name, such as width, and then I could use the syntax divided by or backslash 2, which effectively halves the value of the input parameter. So if I were to change the width to 1600, I can see that the depth changes to 1600 divided by 2, which is 800. I could also use the times syntax or the asterisk, and I could say 0.5, and this achieves the same output. So I can use either the backslash or the asterisk as division or multiplication. I could always use addition as well, using the plus sign. So this could be the width plus 200, which will always be 1800 plus 200, which is 2000. Or alternatively, I could do width minus 200, like so. I'll change it back to 900. So that is how you can use parameters to drive other parameters using standard syntax. The parameters and formula we've been looking at here relate to parameters that directly drive geometry. However, it's possible to add new parameters and use formula to drive parameters to read information. For example, I'm going to create a new parameter and I'm going to call this table area. Because I'm not creating this parameter from, for example, a dimension, I'm prompted to choose the type of parameter. There are a number of different parameter types, and it's very important that you select the correct type of parameter depending on the specific purpose of the parameter. So for example, because I am doing a length multiplied by a length, which is effectively a length squared, which is an area. So I'll create an area type of parameter, and I will group it under constraints and select OK. Now I can type in a formula of width multiplied by depth and press enter. Note that I have a warning that says the following is not a valid parameter, depth. I then am prompted with the note that parameter names are case sensitive. I have not given this depth a capital D, and therefore the formula will not work. Therefore I'll adjust this depth text to have a capital D. And now the table area is reporting in meters squared the value of the width times the depth. If I were to then add the height in to effectively find the volume, I'm told that it is inconsistent units because I'm trying to extract a meter cubed value rather than a meter squared. Therefore, if I wanted to find the volume, for example, I would have to ensure that the type of parameter is a volume. So now I can do width times depth times height, and that will give me the volume of the table in meter cubed. I'll actually change this to be the tabletop thickness to give me the volume of, for example, timber I would need, or any other material to create the tabletop. One thing I haven't taken into account with these formula is the extension, because if I go to plan, the width parameter only measures up to the inside edge of the extension. Therefore, I'll need to do some adjustments in the formula to take into account the extension widths. However, we'll look at that in a later video. So that is how to create some basic formula and new parameters, and ensuring that we select the correct unit type in order to ensure the formula works and we get the desired output. Note that if I change the types, the formula update to suit.